Hey, it's Jay Foss. Today I'm going to talk about Kara, who is the May 2022 Hero of the Month. She is of the Paladin class. Her first passive is to resist minus defense to include elemental defense. And her second passive is 10% mana each time a buff is dispelled from the character. I did play with this in testing and it was just a flat 10%, even if multiple things were dispelled. So, at least as of beta testing, this really should read like this character gets 10% of mana, 10% mana every time they're dispelled, instead of as it's written. If you've seen my overviews before, I classify heroes that have costumes as having three variants, like the basic vanilla version, the basic version with the costume bonus, and then the costume on. So when I say there are 63 5-star yellow and variants, that's what I mean. This attack of 751 ranks 34th of 63, so about average. This defense ranks 22nd, so above average. And health ranks 19th. So above average, decent health there. Kind of a weird split for her role. You probably want less on the attack and more on the defense and health side, but still not bad. So we have 4 turns of Taunt. Taunt's an incredible skill. It's arguably the second best skill on offense behind, minus defense type skills. At the very top, where you're basically fighting Nolfod and a bunch of guys that can wreck your team in just a few turns behind him. This is a very solid counter. It's almost a timeless skill, and I have Krampus and Black Knight and use both them in war. So 4 turns of Taunt, very good skill. 74% defense against special skills for 4 turns. That's great. It synergizes with her class and her passive. All allies except the caster get plus 34% attack for 4 turns. Not as big of an attack boost as some of the heroes that do similar, but still a very helpful thing to have. And then the elemental link is plus defense, which further synergizes with the Paladin class. Plus defense against special skills, no immunity, or immunity to minus defense. And then link, so you have a bunch of ways this character can put up Taunt and basically take all the specials, or get hit with all the specials and stay alive. Now, this is obviously a great hero, right? Like, this is nothing we haven't seen before. It's similar to a bunch of characters that exist. I'm sure that almost everyone's excited about it. I'm going to level at least 1 because of how valuable Taunt is. In terms of where you'd use at the lower to mid tiers, definitely a player on defense. It wouldn't be probably a big player on defense at the highest tiers because of all the dispels in purple, particularly dispels like Sabina or Onyx that you can fire, or Sabina costume or Onyx that you can fire before this hero to kind of counter it. But yeah, up into the middle tiers, definitely tank worthy, potentially flank, or if you're running reverse double or double formation, one of the heroes that's in the front line. But probably not the highest tiers for defense. But for almost all tiers on offense, it's just so valuable for 4 turns to just be able to make sure none of your other characters get hit with specials. I mean, certainly it could be the defense could have a dispeller. There aren't a huge amount of popular dispellers defensively right now. There obviously are a bunch offensively. But yeah, very, very valuable, great hero. Since this one is a little bit shorter. I'll go into teams in a sec, but obviously this is always a good skill in buff booster and bloody battle. This character produces a decent amount of buffs for buff booster, offensively or defensively. Great character for bloody battle. In fact, this skill in general, if you think of especially since they Black Knight, Krampus, and Kara all come with plus attack, it really is one of those type of heroes you can use almost anywhere. You look at rush defenses, taunt's popular, so all 3 tournament formats. There's a little bit of plus attack that could make her serviceable on Titans, but probably not first choice. But if you don't have perfect Titan teams, then sure, why not? The plus attack's a little bit helpful. Just great hero, so much utility in so many places. Good up to the mid-level or upper mid-level for defense. Great everywhere for offense. And since this was shorter, I'm going to go through a war team I've been using for several months now that involves Black Knight, since Black Knight's similar, and sort of the team I'm looking forward to trying her out on. So this is kind of a weird team. I don't have, typically in a 3-1-1 or 3-2, you'd want 3 heroes that can kill a side if you're not running a healer of each color. So typically in a 3-1-1 like this, you'd want 3 heroes that could kill a side. I do have White Rabbit, but I use him on another team. I don't have Costume Leonidas, so what I'm getting at is I'm basically missing some of those heroes that you would need to successfully kill one side. But what I like about this is it's so much survivability against all those really fast defenses. So you have Taunt from Black Knight, you have a Dodge from Inari, excuse me, you have a Healer and Aerial, you have Bei Young with the Blind and a Elemental Link for defense. So while it's not going to kill the fastest, it produces, or can produce, a ton of survival. And I don't think I've actually missed with this team in several months against purple tanks. I did try it against red and missed, but it's been very successful in war against purple tanks. So with Kara, I think what I'm going to do is do something similar with, I'm not going to set up the troops here in the interest of time, but you know, and then another healer like Ariel or Nulfod, or, you know, let's put him up there for now. I probably wouldn't use that team in war, but excuse me, I probably wouldn't use that team in war against Nulfod just because it's too big of a risk and I have other healers. But yeah, that's sort of the team I'm thinking about trying her on. Same premise, Taunt, Healer, some decent damage. Francine has a Cleanse and Caitlyn has a Dodge, and we're seeing a lot of double blues. So that's the team I'm initially thinking of trying her out on, but there's so many possibilities, and mono, 4-1, 3-2, you know, 2-1-1, whatever you want to run. She's basically a hero that I think pretty much everyone should level, unless you already have, you know, 3 Krampuses and 3 Black Knights, and even then, we're still in a purple tank era. So yeah, go back to the card to wrap up. Average speed, 4 turns of Taunt, great virtually everywhere. One of the best heroes of the month. Gosh, probably the best hero of the month. I can't even think of, I mean, a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. It's been a while, but as I said previously, I don't give grades because a lot of value is subjective based on what you already have. If you value versatility over niche versus the teams you have, etc. But 99% of the player base can probably have a use for this hero. So definitely level, unless you just have crazy options. And good luck getting her this month in May. Thank you for watching.